Please stand.
While we especially guidance in today's meeting, out and about doing your work for all of our men and women in the military worldwide. And with this one, we ask in sweet Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Turn to face the flag, repeat after me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any agenda additions? Not seeing any. We'll move on to the next item. Citizen comments. Citizens who wish to address the commission must fill out a comment card and forward to myself or the clerk of the commission. Comments by any citizen will be limited to 3 minutes. Next item. Oh, citizen comments. Okay. Got 2. Rob Broussard.
Baseball
Got your
fan.
name and address.
My name is Rob Broussard. I live at 451 Sandifer in Shreveport, Louisiana. I am the president of the Broadmoor Neighborhood Association, and today you have before you an item concerning a grant for us, and I would just like to tell you we appreciate y'all looking at it and looking into it. So thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Next person is Kenneth Carell.
4 score.
Could you give us your name and address, please?
Kenneth Crabb, 157 Archer Avenue, Shreveport, 71105. Thank y'all. I'm here to announce my candidacy to oppose the gentleman to your right for Caddo Parish Commission District 4. My intention is it'll probably be the most civil contest you've seen in a long time. Nevertheless, I retired Friday. I couldn't announce until I retired. Letter and spirit of the law. And at 431, after 27 and a half years of state service at Social Security disability mostly, I've decided to pursue this. It's kind of like Garth Brooks sings, and I'm not going to sing. I'm going to spare y'all. That would be very offensive to your ears. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. There will be troubled waters, and I'm sure to take some falls. With the good Lord as my captain, I can make it through them all. We may decide this with what? Mud wrestling? Arm wrestling?
I'd pay $1 to see that.
Now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a lot younger. Thank y'all for listening. And Rob didn't mention this, but a week from tomorrow night, we're both allowed to speak at the B&A meeting at 7 o'clock at the Broadmoor Presbyterian Church on the 25th. But be sure to vote, no matter for whom you vote or for what purpose. That's so darn important, and I wish we could really have a good turnout. Hopefully with governor and other things on the ballot, we'll have a pretty good turnout. It's usually the second biggest after presidential. I know I'm going to vote. I've always voted, and it's going to be
There's one vote.
pretty cool. Well, my son and my wife, I might have 3. But it's pretty cool to be able to vote for yourself, you know.
All right.
And elections can be close. We've had elections decided by 6 votes. Shiva Sims, Monty Walford, the late Alvin Mims, Lola May by 5. So it can make a difference, just a few votes, and sometimes they're really close. What does Louisiana law do if we tie? Then we arm wrestle.
Thank you, Mr. Carell. Next item.
We have no visitors. We move to reports.
Administrative report. Dr. Wilson.
Yes, sir. We don't have a report today, sir.
Okay. Next item.
Next, we move to communication committee reports.
My first report, Mr. Chairman. Immediately after this work session, we will have a short Juvenile Justice Committee continue with the proactivism or working for the Stop the Violence campaign in our community, learning how to de-escalate the problem that are working with our police officers, our men and women in uniform. And last but not least, we'll be discussing the upcoming event at Peaceful Rest Baptist Church, where we're going to try to honor our men and women in blue and maybe have a blue ribbon campaign. Everybody wear a blue ribbon campaign to support our officers in our community. So we want to try to build some cohesiveness and some trust and some bond back in our community. So we're looking forward to everyone participating because all lives matter, not just black lives. Secondly, I was discussing with the administrator earlier concerning what the gentleman just said about voting. This is the 50th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act, I believe. And unfortunately, I questioned several weeks ago when I asked the voter register to come forward to inform us of the people that are locked up in our jail. Do they lose their voting privileges when they're locked up? He recited a statute of the Constitution of the state of Louisiana that inmates that are currently in our prison that have not been convicted of a felon, or pretrial detainees or nonviolent offender have the right to vote. They do it all over America. They do it in other states. Constitution. So I think it's a privilege that people don't lose that most fundamental right that so many people died and paved the way for, blacks and whites and Gentile alike. So I would ask that that we revisit that issue, because I would like to know how many inmates have had the opportunity to vote in our current jail in the last 15 years. If we can't get that answer today, we need to get that answer either by Thursday, a specific answer with concrete evidence, and how many have asked or been offered to vote in the last 15 to 20 years in our current jail. It's a basic fundamental right that we shouldn't take away people's rights if they have not been convicted of a crime and they've just been housed in our facility as pretrial detainees. Because our prison, our current jail, is a jail which costs $34 million to operate with only 1,100 people in it. Well, that's a lot of math. So we need to find ways, and out of the 1,100, 903 of them, I believe, are African American males. And that's 79.3% of people being incarcerated that are African Americans. Yes, we need to be tough on crime, but we need to be wise and smart justice in our community. In this day and time, we're going to bankrupt this country. We're only 5% of the population in the world and 25% in the incarceration rate in the world. We got the highest incarceration rate per capita in the state of Louisiana, and I think Caddo is number 3 in the state. That's sending the wrong message. That's sending the wrong message, and we need to try to save the taxpayers' money, save the quality of life of young men and women so they can be there with their families and improve the quality of life and build bond and put people back to work and get their record expunged and put them back with their family. Maybe they could join a church and become productive taxpayer, law-abiding, tithing citizen for our community. So I would like to have that information, know how many. But there's a lot of misinformation in the community, lots of information on the Facebook pages, that there have been voters in the current jail that have been sent an absentee ballot to vote. And unfortunately, we don't have that. So I'd like to have those concrete evidence numbers by at our next commission. Thank you.
Seeing no other commissioner. Next item.
President's report.
Just a little housekeeping from the last meeting we had. There was an issue about calling for the question and having a second on that. That is the proper protocol to do. And then the other one is when we do have a public hearing, that once we have the person that talks about in favor and one talks against it, that we can come back and ask questions once both sides have talked. So I knew I saw that in the bylaws, but I just wanted to make sure. And so I just want to make sure everybody is aware of that.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Next item.
We have no old business, we move to new business. Ordinance number 5509-2015, amending the budget investment revenues and expenditures for the Riverboat Fund for the year 2015, providing appropriation of $3,700 for the Broadmoor Neighborhood Association.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Bowman. I just got one question.
He got to do one for
Commissioner Cox, you before me, so go ahead.
And what is the Broadmoor Association meeting this for?
Click on the blue.
Click on the blue.
Erica, do you want to answer that? Commissioners, they're requesting $3,700 that was, they had appropriated in 2014 but was never received, and they're just wanting to reappropriate it in 15 to do a marketing mail-out campaign. We have met with legal and think they should be able to use these monies for that in 15. But in order to use the 14, we have to reappropriate it in 15.
Okay, that was my concern. Make sure they were not using it for something they wouldn't allow to, so that's okay.
Okay. Do we know what type of marketing campaign?
It's a campaign, and they're here if you need to speak with them, but it's a campaign to try to drive businesses within that area to increase utilization of those businesses within that area.
All right. Commissioner Lynn.
I'm good. Erica covered it, and thank you so much for making the first and the second. My second wasn't here, and so thank you.
All right.
Well, you can do it third. Yes.
All right. See no one else that wishes to speak. Let's vote to move to Thursday. Or not to move. Let's see. That passes 8-0.
Commission to make project selection to forward to the state for possible funding relative to LCDBG program.
Move to Thursday.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Cox, second by Commissioner Land to move the projects to Thursday. No one that wishes to speak? Nope. That passes 8-0.
Next, we have consent agenda.
Move for adjourn.
Good job.
Man, I ain't get a chance to talk much.
Thank God.
Don't say that.
I feel like I'm, something wrong. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jerry.